I'll do. So, something a bit different. I thought it'd be fun to break down a few Louis Cole chord progressions. One, because they're blooming marvellous, but two, because we can learn / steal some things from them. So we're going to go through 4 songs in this video. Before we start, a couple of points. Number 1, Louis Cole is an incredible musician. I am not an incredible musician, so you don't need to tell me in the comment section that I can't play his parts as well as he can. I know, that's not the point of this video. Number 2, this is not a sound design video. I've done numerous videos in the past where I've gone into great detail about how a sound was made for use in a specific song. I'm not doing that in this video. I've just dialed the instruments kind of broadly into the ballpark and then got on with working out what the chords are because I don't want to get bogged down with that. So if we wanted a Louis Cole synth sound tutorial, that would have to be a dedicated video that I would do at some other time. Right, let's get on with it. So, F it up. So this is made of 3 parts which collectively give us the harmony. So I'll talk through the 3 parts and then we'll look at what harmony they collectively create. So the first part. So you've got A flat, B flat, D flat and F. And then B flat, E flat and G. And then you play a B flat on its own. So, and then the last 2 chords. You've got B flat, E flat, G and B flat, and then C, D, F and B flat. And that's the first part. Second part is in the left hand and it's just perfect fifths, G flat and D flat and A flat and E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. And then the last part is so you're doing the little stabs with F and B flat, and then you play E flat to a D. And those are the 3 parts. So let's look at the harmony they give us. So if we take that first part and actually play it in one hand, and then put the left hand in, that's juicy, isn't it? So that would be a G flat major 9, because you've got a root, a 5th, a 9, a 3rd, another 5th, and a major 7. So there's a G flat major, add a major 7, add a major 9. Very tasty. The next chord gets even more interesting because we had that in one part, but then we had this in the other. So we had, kind of that. If we ignore that B flat and just add the F, we've now got an E flat major add 2. But then we've got A flat in the bass. Oh. So what's going on there? Well, really what it is kind of that, which is an A flat major 13, but we haven't got the major 3rd, so you can't technically call it a major 13 if you want to be kind of snooty about it. So I would say you'd call it an A flat major 7 / 13 sus 2. But it's a juicy chord, isn't it? And to start with just an E flat triad in one part, and then this in the other, but by just doing that, all of a sudden you get something way more tasty. And at the end, you get 2 major add 2 chords once you've added the parts in. So you've got an E flat chord, but because of that part, you've got an F in it. That's a major add 2. And then with the B flat, you wind up with that. So you've got a B flat triad in first inversion, but you've got a C as well. So you've got a major add 2. So you can see that just by playing some simple parts, but just overdubbing parts that have other notes in them, effectively, just extends that harmony out and makes it much more rich and much more interesting and much more Louis Cole. So I think thinking is 2 main parts and then the bass line as well, but we're just going to look at the parts that give us the main harmony. So the first part is and then the other part is etc. So the first part, let's look at that. First chord, this is tuned a bit flat, by the way, like the original recording. So you'll have to tune flat to play along. So A flat, D flat, E flat, F, and A flat. And if I play that in one hand and put the B flat underneath it, what do we get? B flat minor 7 added 4, or you could view it as a B flat minor 11 without the ninth there. I'll call it a B flat minor 7 add 4. So that's the first chord. Then we get that B flat, E flat, F and G. If I put that in one hand again and play the C that we get under it, we wind up with the same chord again. It's a C minor 7 add 4, or a C minor 11 without that ninth there. I'm going to call it C minor 7 added 4. So we've had. Then we get this chord, which is F, C, E flat, F, and A flat, which is an F minor 7. Then we go back to that second chord. So B flat, E flat, F, and G. But the F stays in the bass, which recontextualizes it. Makes it like an E flat major add 2 over F. That's a cool thing. You can change the bass note, change the context of the chord. So we've had and then we do it again, and then we do this little move. It's so lovely. Woo! So we've got A, C, F, G, A, but at that point we've got a D below it in that second part. So that makes it a D minor 7 add 4, or D minor 11 without the 9. So again, that chord, it's a great chord. Why not use it over and over? And then we wind up with this, which is, I think, again, a G minor 11, but without the 5th and without the 9th. So it just works great, doesn't it? And sets you back up to come back to the top and go round again. Okay, Let It Happen, absolutely wonderful song. If you haven't heard it, go and listen to it. And when I say listen to it, I mean put headphones on and listen to it 25 times, become utterly obsessed with it, lose all track of time and meaning and responsibility. And it's that kind of song. So it's got this end section where it just builds and builds and lifts, and it's just so euphoric. And a big part of that is the chord progression and the way it modulates with each repeat. So it starts in D. It's tuned a bit flat. I've tuned to the song while I'm working it out. It then goes up to E flat and then to E, which is where the guitar comes in. So I'll join it there. I'll show you how it modulates, and it keeps on going up to G. And you can just work out one set of chords and then just apply them to all the different keys. So that's what I'll show you rather than every single key. So the chords. Etc. So it's E, then A over C sharp, then A, then F sharp minor 7 add 4. So that's F sharp E A B E, then E over G sharp, then A minor 6. That wonderful thing where you just swap chord 4 with chord 4 from the parallel minor. It's a modal interchange. So A, F sharp, C, and E. And then it goes C diminished to C sharp minor 7. I'm using the top 2 strings to get the minor 3rd and the minor 7 there. Then F sharp 7 sus 4 to F sharp 7 to B7 sus 4 to B7 to A minor 6 again, but over C, so first inversion, which sets us back up for E. It then does that again. But then it goes, and we're in F. So it just uses the same chords, but just up a semitone that last time, which of course sets you up for the key change. Then it just keeps on going until you end up in G by the end of it, having started in D. Another note, there's a brilliant old trick in play here, which is to not use 4 bars or 8 bars or something kind of symmetrical like that, where it feels like it comes to an end. He's used 3 bars or 12 beats, so it kind of does 1.5 times and then loops back. So it has this kind of falling forward effect, which adds to the kind of perpetual motion of the thing and helps it kind of feel like it can endlessly build and build and build and build without ever coming to an end. So I'm Tight, another amazing song, absolutely love it. So there's the chords, the bass line, and there's another little part, which is the main kind of things that are going on. So I'll do the chords and then a simplified version of the bass line to give us the context. So the first chord is that you've got an E in the bass, then you've got B, D sharp, G sharp, and B. E major 7, right? Then we come down to this lovely chord. So we've got A in the bass, we've got B, E, G, and a B. So that is an A7 sus 2. He likes that chord. You could add the 3rd and make it an A dominant 9th, but it's not there. So it's an A7 sus 2. To this chord, which is fantastic again, you got D sharps in the bass, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and B. So it's a B major add to first inversion, so over D sharp. And then we come to this chord. So we've got G in the bass, D, F sharp, and B. That's a G major 7. And then this. So C in the bass, and then D, E, and B. So that's a C major add 2 with no 5th. And then we play this chord, which is another 7 sus 4. It's F sharp 7 sus 4. F sharp, C sharp, E, F sharp, and B. So that B is there all the time, if you hadn't noticed. And then we go to the final chord, which is quite a stretch for me and my crappy playing. So that is an A, a D sharp, an F sharp, and a B, and then B, and then down the octave in the bass. That's just a B7. And then it loops around. So again, it's a 3-bar phrase. So it has that perpetual kind of, 1.5 time loop thing that keeps it rolling round. Works fantastically. There's then another part which is played with a super tight sound, which is fitting because the song's called I'm Tight. And it's a quaver pattern, but it's staccato. So the first bar is, which seems odd, but it totally works in the context of the song. So B, F sharp, B, A, B, F sharp, B, D, and F sharp. The next bar is, which is F sharp, B, F sharp, B, B, C sharp, F sharp, A. And the last bar is, so B, B, and then F sharp and B. And then this recognisable bit which you definitely hear, which is F sharp, B, and a D sharp. That's a B major chord in second inversion. Then to G sharp, B, and E, which is an E major chord in first inversion. Then back to the B major. And then just an F sharp and a C sharp as a perfect fifth. And then it loops back round. So there we go, a few Louis Cole chord progressions. To be frank, I made this video for myself because I wanted to know what the chord progressions were, and so I gave myself an excuse to sit down and work them out. But I hope other people are also wanting to know what his chord progressions are, or some of them are, and so that I've done you a favour with this video. Huge thank you to my patrons on Patreon who keep me going, and thank you to you for watching.